All right, so in addition to our stoichiometry problems, our reaction stoichiometry problems, we have discussed mole mass calculations where you have to convert from moles to mass and mass to moles. So now adding to that, you all need to be able to make mole particle conversions. What that means is you need to be able to convert from moles to particles and particles to moles. So looking at this first conversion factor, making sure you understand that 1 mole is always going to be equal to 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd particles. Those particles can be atoms, ions, or molecules. All right, so your conversion factor to solve for moles will look like this. So if you're going to set your problem up and we're solving for moles, then moles must be in the numerator, particles in the denominator. So that's going to be 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd equals 1 mole. Or if you are solving for particles, then your conversion factor will be so that 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd is in a numerator is equal to 1 mole, noticing that your mole is in the denominator. So we'll use one of the two conversion factors. It all depends on what you're solving for. If you're solving for moles, then moles will be in the numerator. If you're solving for particles, particle will be in the numerator. So one of the things that you need to keep in mind as you are solving these problems is that when you see times 10 does not mean to press the times 10 button in your calculator. Times 10 lets us know that our number is in scientific notation. So on your calculator, you will see an EE, an EXP button, or you might even see times 10. All right? So you will press one of these three buttons, but do not press times 10. So let's look at this example. We want to convert 2 moles of hydrogen to atoms of hydrogen. So since we are solving for atoms, and atoms is a particle, that means our conversion factor will be 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd atoms over 1 mole. Again, mole is in the denominator because that is the unit that we're changing from. Atoms is in the numerator because that's what we're solving for. So if I go and plug this in, set this up to solve, you have 2 moles of hydrogen. I'm going to use my T-chart, plugging in this conversion factor. 1 mole of hydrogen will go in the denominator because that is our like unit. The unit that we're solving for is particle, and in this case, particle is atoms. So it becomes 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd atoms of hydrogen. So I don't know if you can see my calculator, but I'm going to show you how to set this up in the calculator to solve. So as I solve this problem, it becomes 2 times 6.02. And once again, I am not going to press times 10. I am going to do second EE. And so right here, this is the EE button on my calculator, second EE, and then I will press 23, then equal. And my final answer is 1.2 times 10 to the 24th, and the unit will be in atoms. In this next example, we're going to go from molecules of water to moles of water. Again, remembering that molecules is a particle. So I'm going to set this up, my conversion factor, so that 1 mole of water is in the numerator because that's what I'm solving for. And in my denominator, it's 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd molecules of water in the denominator. Whatever unit that you're starting with always goes in the denominator. The unit that you're solving for will always go in the numerator. So as I set this problem up to solve, it becomes 1.5 times 10 to the 20 molecules of water. And I'm going to bring down this conversion factor so that it becomes 1 mole of water in the numerator, 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd molecules of water in the denominator. All right, again, the like units will cancel. So in your calculator, remember what I said earlier, times 10 does not mean press the times 10 in your calculator. It becomes 1.5 EE to the 20, to the 20th, divided by Avogadro's number, which is 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd, and your final answer is 2.5 times 10 to the negative 4. And you will write your answer as such. Let me write it down here because I ran out of space. 2.5 times 10 to the negative 4 moles of water. And that is your final answer.